Hello everybody! Welcome back to another fun, after quite a long while, we apologize for that, 5KGP, that's right, I'm still saying it, Connor, the 5KG podcast. What up? It is Bobby and
Connor
and
Manny.
Yo, and with us this time is our wonderful guest. You've known him, you've seen him, he doesn't do very good at video games, but we still love him because none of us do. It is...
Wait, what? That's contradictory.
It's Ethan. Hi, Ethan.
I don't know, you know what?
Looking dapper as fuck.
You were great at Resident Evil 2.
Thank you, sir. As you say.
So, hey, we're here to talk about the things we talked about last time, which was stuff. Video games, life, entertainment, things like that.
We've got some stuff to pick up from last time.
Well, we got some stuff, last time we talked, what did we talk about? We talked about DLC and stuff, and that stuff's not in the news anymore, nor does it really matter.
We talked about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, and we're just going to post past that. Which is funny because even on then, he was just like, ugh, it's going to take like forever. He tried to quick us by Kingdom Hearts. We did it in 5 minutes. Then the next conversation, which I'm pretty sure he started, took like 50 minutes. Yeah. It took up most of the podcast, and he was like, fuck you and your Kingdom Hearts talk. No one wants to hear about fucking darkness and drinking and having problems for 13 years because you just can't wait. Now I'm shaking again. Now it's like, oh shit, son. Oh my god.
You got the shakes?
No, dude.
You got the fucking shakes?
We're gonna know about that. Kingdom Hearts 3, this is okay. It's a decent game. I still love it. That's all we need to know.
It's not bad.
Manny needs to go out and beat it. Connor needs to go out and beat it. Yep. Ethan doesn't give a shit, but he watched One of the Worlds. It was cool. We'll talk about Devil May Cry a little bit later.
Yeah!
We're gonna get through that because I know he's gonna be on it for like an hour.
I'll make it quick.
First, hey Ethan, how's it going, buddy?
Hey yo.
You like being here? You like being a part of the podcast now?
Sure. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you. I came up with this question when I was thinking about that because you're one of our guests. You're one of the people that come on and help us out a whole bunch. We don't make people super hosts because then you have problems like I do where I create a room that's a studio and not a room at all anymore, and I live on a fucking floor on a mattress. You don't want to be a real host, buddy.
I know.
You want to be a guest host. A forever host is where it's not the most, okay, baby?
I have room for both my mattress and my recording setup.
Oh, cool. I'm Connor. I live a successful life. I have a family.
I live just above the poverty line. Let's not go too crazy.
I moved into an even smaller apartment, so I basically have to use my mattress as an armrest because that's how close my computer is to my fucking bed.
Damn, son. And you had a fucking small room last time. It was just... wait, is it the giant bed? Like the huge bed?
It's a full-size bed.
Damn, son.
There's me just rocking an entire basement to myself.
I mean, respectable.
Alright, so why are we doing this at his place?
That's what, no, I've said this before. Alright, guys, if you haven't heard us make the joke, Ethan, he's actually seriously said this. Half joking and serious. He said it both times. He was like,
it's a serious joke.
I'll be your benefactor. And sometimes I'm just like, on the days where he's like, I made over $1,000 this month. And I'm like, hey, buddy, why don't you go buy this fucking sex game that's on the Switch? And, you want to do that shit.
Jesus Christ.
That's how it happened when we played the Electric early days, dude. Every time you're like...
That was my first recording session.
Every single time that we go into the eShop while we're waiting for something to download or do something, he sees one of those naked games and he's like, why are we playing that, Fabi? And I shit you not. Sometimes he's half joking, but there's always a bit of seriousness to it.
So there's a group of friends that Connor and I are in, and they are trying their best to get us to do dating sims on the channel.
God, yeah.
They've already bought Connor a couple of games.
Hi, Josh. Fuck you.
If you bought Dream Daddy,
no, I would play the fuck out of Dream Daddy. He bought me Neko Para.
Okay, fuck the. Actually, all right. Here's how we would only ever do that game. All right, is if we could fucking finally track down Josh, because other Josh. He's just disappeared.
He's disappeared. He's dropped out of both of our group chats, and I don't talk to him too much outside.
Josh, if you're hearing this, if you come by this video, we love you and we want you to come back, mainly so we can shit on you some more, but in a fun and friendly way. All right.
Some good...
And I have books and shit, and we're inviting you to play the game I watch you play all the time, and you've beaten it like a million times, alright? We even offered to let you do the Sinrai Kagura game where you get to squeeze boobies and, like, have fun and hold hands with ladies. Things that 3 out of 4 of us don't do. I was like, wait a minute, Manny. I was like, Manny's got the... Sorry, Manny, I put us in there, too. Wait, do you hold hands, you fucking degenerate?
Oh, yeah.
Connor holds a lot.
All right, we're getting rowdy here, boys.
My girlfriend's not going to appreciate me saying this on mic, but we do hold hands. And occasionally, she hugs me.
Oh,
no,
dude, that is dirty. That's the kind of shit you get kicked out of good Christian homes for, my dude.
Hand holding in my good Christian housing complex.
More lucky than you think.
An abomination against God.
Okay. So there's that about Ethan. But Ethan, the reason I'm going to ask you, because I don't get to ask this many stuff, is how do you like doing this stuff? Like, how does it feel to come on here and when I'm just like, Ethan, Doc Fury Chronicles. I know you fucking suck. I know we fucking suck at it, but out, let's go. Let's do it. What's going on?
I don't know. It's fun. I mean, I do genuinely enjoy it when we get to hang out and just, play video games, because I don't play video games a lot anymore myself, just because I have other things that just I enjoy doing more. So I'm just like, it's a good time to get together with friends, and it's definitely different from way back in the day when I thought I wanted to be a YouTuber, and I was like, as I grow up, I'm like, it's not for me.
It's true. It's not for everybody. It really isn't.
It's a dedication. It's a dedication, and it's a mindset.
My big thing is, like, back in the day, I loved, like, Filthy Frank, iDubbbz TV, Max Mofo, all those guys, the super edgy guys, and that's kind of the area I wanted to lean to. Fabi knows this already, because I can't.
I drag him out of that area.
I can't keep myself out of trouble. But I mean, it's just the whole community's kind of changed, and
very true.
It is what it is. I mean, can't really fix it, but I still enjoy getting together, hanging out, playing games, yelling "fuck" at a TV screen for 3 hours, and.
You've never been in a recording with us on Resident Evil. Yeah. You've watched it
6 hours.
No, believe me, I've cut out a lot of footage of us just fucking wanting to kill ourselves.
Behind the scenes, Fabi is the MVP for A, editing out a lot of our shit, and B, going back and fixing our save files that we fuck up all the time.
I want to see the outtakes video where it's just clips of you guys both going, fuck, and just like an hour of just...
That's a lot.
There's videos, those 0.5 videos are those videos. They're the videos where they're not actual us doing it. It's just montages of us trying to beat it. Like when I went through Resident Evil 2 and did the sewer 3 fucking times to perfect it, and I was just like, I'm done. I can't play this game.
Speedrunners fucking finish it in like 10 minutes.
I can do it in 10 minutes now. You all saw it. It happens. Yeah. It's the best. I'm the greatest.
Anymore.
I'm the man. But there's ones, like, there was supposed to be, like, an extended part, like, there's a hallway where we had to kill a liquor, and, like, we were trying to optimize the shit out of it, and we spent 40 minutes just doing that one hallway. Yeah. And it wasn't just because of dying, it was just like, fuck, no, he's there. Oh, fuck, no, he's there. We walked, we run, we fucking fucked up. There was, like, a lot of that there, so it became, just like, a thing, but I realized, I was like, alright, there's not that many funny moments. There's like the end, there's a part here, and I was like, alright, I'll sacrifice this part here just to be like, okay, I'm not making this
after we try it so many times, it just kind of falls into, at least for me, it just falls into I want to get this done. like I just want to be done with it, and then I am just super, super focused into it, and I can't commentate anymore, because I'm dried out, because I'm just trying to kill this fucking liquor. Or I'm just trying to get to this fucking end of this hallway without taking any fucking damage. It's just, it's awful. It's a pain.
But we keep it most of the stuff. Unless it's like a montage thing that needs to happen. Like, if it's like a part that takes an hour and a half, I keep most stuff in.
Well, it's like when we played Bloodstained. It's just like I believe if I remember right, you just cut out all us going through the entire game again once we figured out that there was nothing new till the end.
All that's new is the bosses. They change how they work and stuff, and I think I showed one of them. I wanted to try to show more of them, but I was just like, I got other stuff I need to get done, and this needs to take up not 30 minutes. I'm really trying not to do these long videos, but long fucking games keep coming out. Devil May Cry is a long game, well-ish. 10 hours is long, so you have to be like 30 minutes of those episodes. I can't spend 3 months on a game people are only interested in for 2 weeks.
That's a problem I face a lot with my solo Let's Play videos, is it's just really hard, because when you're playing it by yourself, and you're doing a really story-intense game, and you're really getting into it, you lose track of time, and then finding a good stopping point. It's always rough. Like, my fucking Prey videos were regularly 25 to 30 minutes, no question asked. I'm trying to keep my shit down to 20 minutes or less, but it's fucking hard. It can be really hard.
There's actually a lot of people out there, when they, on those long plays, whatever you want to call them, they actually just... I'm not saying we do it, but they dry cut.
Yeah.
So I live after 20 minutes, just done. Just because they just like, I lost track of time, and I just, instead of trying to force a outro, they just go. And then at the end, they just dry cut. And that's it. And I'm not saying that we should do that, but that's just...
No, people...
On the longer runs, I think it's more forgiving.
It's out of necessity, really.
It's successful. It's not that it doesn't work. I just not a fan of that kind of editing. And I don't like... I like... Connor's videos aren't my videos, so I don't make him edit like I do. I give him the materials to use what he wants. Yeah. So like his intros are different, and that's what this is. This is a variety channel. While we still are doing games and stuff, I still think of skits. I still think of one day picking up the piano again if I ever have the fucking time to do it. I still think of these ideas to do. We just need the time, and we kind of need the success a little bit to push us that way. Games won things and doing that stuff, and that's already kind of hard. But we're pushing through. We're making it. We're having fun doing it too, at least. Well,
I have a lot of fun.
Playing Resident Evil.
I have a lot of fun doing the intros.
And ready to not do Resident Evil.
What do you mean? You never do that.
That's okay. When Resident Evil 4...
No, that's actually how this all started, at least for me. Because like when I knew Fabi in high school, it's like I was too... I think I've already talked about this, but just real quickly. I was too scared to play Resident Evil because I don't like horror games. Or horror anything back then. And I ran into Fabi, and Fabi really liked Resident Evil and other horror games, so I was able to get past that by playing it with someone else. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, Fabi found a lot of amusement in me being scared shitless to the point that they wanted to record us playing it. So,
well, the thing behind that was just because I was like, he loves Resident Evil, and I love Resident Evil, let's play through it. And at the time, 7 was going to come out, like, a half a year later, and I thought, well, we might have the time to do it, but then I got a job, then he got, like, a better job, and then just things got away, so we couldn't record all the time. Because we beat 7, we beat 7 in no time. Like, we beat it in, like, 2 days, that's it. He came over one day, and then the next day, and we were done. And that's how that worked. Resident Evil 1, though, kind of happened in sections, and then 7 finally came out, then we had to stop 1. We wanted to beat it faster, and we could have. Like, we could have just knocked out the series, and I tried putting stuff in, and every time one Resident Evil is done, I go, hey, Manny, we can record this. So, like, we've recorded Mr. Shifty, Shovel Knight, we have a few other things. I have some other genres and horror. Like, I like doing horror because, you know, we like horror.
Yeah.
And he's a fun person to do horror with, because Connor's like... None of that shit, please, no. Except Dead Space. He might join us for Dead Space.
Oh, I'm so in for Dead Space.
Me and him are do the first one, and then you guys can do the second one. And then we're not going to touch the third one. I just decided, well, fuck the third one. It's a piece of shit.
You have to accept the fact that the third game is not a horror game, it's an action game.
It's completely different.
It's an action game.
It is absolutely different.
The game went from survival horror with action shooter elements.
Hey, we got a new subscriber during the thing. Thank you very much for subscribing. What's the name say? We can say it on stream.
Hind Shamarani.
Okay, well, the samurai just got us.
Oh, God, get your butt back on it.
You have notifications for subs?
Yes.
Yeah, so do I. But no, like, Dead Space 1 was survival horror with action elements. Mm-hmm. Dead Space 2 was a nice blend of survival horror and third-person action game. And Dead Space 3 is a third-person action game with horror elements. True that. It was a natural progression, but it was an unfortunate progression.
True that.
But going back a little bit, I told you about the thumbnail for Resident Evil 2, didn't I?
No.
Alright, so the thumbnail for Resident Evil 2, and this is funny. Funny that he mentioned the story about how he played it. Yeah. I was there. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure this is the first time. I think I told you this part before on Valkyrie Chronicles. But when we played Resident Evil 2 together, I believe that was like one of the first times he beat the game. Like, I don't think you ever beat it before, did you?
No. So since before you and I hung out and actually went back and played Resident Evil games, the only Resident Evils I was able to beat on my own was 5. Because it wasn't a survival horror game. It wasn't until after you and I hung out then I was able to beat 2, 3, 4, 1, 0, and all that jazz on my own time. So, the first day, the first time we ever hung out, and I was just like, we're going to play Resident Evil 2, let's do it, because he had it on the GameCube. And we were playing, play Resident, and I was guiding him through it. I was like, hey, pick Claire. Claire's pretty easy, and you'll like the perk, and you'll like doing this shit. And I was like, there's bows, and you get the shotgun with Leon, but just play Claire, because then you get Leon B. I was preaching the whole, Leon B is what you want, Manny. Claire A, Leon B, canonical story. Except the retcon, it's the opposite, too. They're in the remake. But, so...
that was like the first time he beat it. Because I left, and when I left, he did the laboratory, and he was like, I did it! I'm the best! I'm the greatest! Fuck you, Fabi! And I was like, wow, dude, that's the future of our friendship. But no, I took pictures.
Really?
No, you never
I
did
feel
that.
bad.
I know. But you did beat it, and that's what the beautiful is that thumbnail is because I had a DSi back then. And I took pictures. I was taking.
Wait,
pictures
you still have that picture?
I have pictures of that. That face,
My gosh.
that face that's on that Resident Evil 2 thumbnail. When he was like, "What the fuck is that even picture?" I never told him. That picture is from the day he beat Resident Evil 2.
What the fuck?
That's fucking great.
Oh man.
That's the picture on that thumbnail.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
A picture of Manny?
Yes, it's the picture when he was giving me a goofy face when he was playing, and like he has the GameCube controller in his hand. I could bring it up sometime, but like, if you I took the head. That's why it's in shitty quality, because it's like in a 3 megapixel camera. Like it's super. But are you looking it up?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, it is. It's a picture of you from
is
that.
it? Wait, so was it the thumbnail for our first episode of RE2, or is
No, it's the one on Claire's head. Like I put it the head because each one has because there's Leon and there's Claire.
Oh, so my
Leon-
face is over Claire's head.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually haven't really seen too many of our thumbnails on these.
Yeah.
See this.
Now I'm looking.
Okay, look. I'll bring it up on the laptop. The thumbnail's
Yeah.
gonna be the picture in the video. It's gonna be cool.
What episode was it?
All of them. They all have the same picture because it's the one that I used back and forth between Leon and Thing.
Yeah.
But I can bring it up right here. I'll show you guys right here. It'll be bigger and more
my
easy to
gosh.
see.
Oh yes, show me this wonderful
I'm
shit.
seeing the meme folder.
Huh?
All
He has
illicit
memes for all of us.
All my thumbnails are in here, guys. No, my memes. They're gonna reveal to the world. Yes. Resident Evil 2. Alright, now take a gander at this, boys.
Oh, that's fucking great.
He's giving me a goofy ass face. You were holding the controller and you were giving me
Oh, that's fucking
Oh,
great.
no wonder I look so like. Oh,
That's why you're doing
I love
Of
it.
course, because like I was trying to do that. I was doing like
Man, how-
if you look at this thumbnail, everything about it is Resident Evil. We get the day he beat Resident Evil 2 the first time. We get Jeremy cosplaying as Leon. That's what that is, by the way, folks. On Leon, on Leon's head, that's him cosplaying as Leon from Resident Evil 4. And I walked up to him in the Moogle suit, and this is actually where I first met Jeremy for real. Like I talked to him. I think I met him once before, but. This is where I first met Jeremy for real, and I was just like in a Moogle suit, and we hugged it out, and he's like, I was like, hey, Leon, got the smoke? He's like, got gum, and he pulls it out of his pocket, and I was like, yes, I love you. I fell in
That's
love with
great.
that man that day. He was
That's
amazing.
fucking great.
Just because he rocked it, dude. I don't know if you've seen him full on in that cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, he looked so goddamn good.
Yeah.
He was the Leon.
And then there's your creepy face.
That's and Manny gets this, I believe, but if you look at it, that's Birkin's face is supposed to be there. Because on the cover, he's holding the game's cover.
Yeah.
And I do that. And that's what I did with here, because I was like, I can't put my face there. If we ever did Hunk for Survivor, I was going to do it and put my face over Hunk. But I was like, fuck it. Because it's like, we might not get to that. So I did it instead, and that's why I have the face there, the shadowy like that. Like, that is super Photoshop to look as much as, like, the effects on that face as I could. Even the face is toned down. And I thought that was pretty good. Because it takes the whole thumbnail and pushes it over. That's why, even it's over the logo, too.
yeah.
So it's all really cool stuff.
I like it.
I'm just so fucking surprised he still has that photo of me, apparently.
I have lots of photos. I have photos of lots of things. You can't wait to use one of the photos. It's great. It's you doing this in my red headband when we were in drama class.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? I used to do this shit. I also have the one of you doing this. I can't wait to use that one. That'll be a great one to use. Doing the fucking Kamehameha. Or no, not that, but the Hadouken. Because you were
Manny's
like,
got me a couple good pictures to use for thumbnails, and they're all wonderful. My favorite is the one you, like, generically yelling in a direction. I've used that so many times.
I mean, it's a good one to use. Even I'm like, oh, I should use
It's the one that's currently in our Dark Souls videos.
I know how to act up. It's okay.
But I have a few things I have planned because I'm trying to make you a really good. Like, I want to make you a nice logo for when you start streaming. I'm trying to make it like not generic as like, well, it's gonna be semi-generic, but like not like 5kg stream. I'm like, no, this is what Manny wants to do. He wants to be a streaming kind of guy. For Rizzle, I'm gonna give him this. This is his slot, and this is what he's doing, and I'm gonna be like, you're gonna be great. So I'm just like, I'm trying to making like a nice little title. It's semi-generic because it does have some generic titles, but it'll be fine. I just want it to pop, but I really wanted to do it to where I have these funny faces of you, like these funny things, so like you could pop them on, like depending on the thing, like that's where the headband one comes from, so you do the Ryu. That's why also in the Death Road to Canada, you have a face in the headband.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at the time I didn't want to get the DS out, so I was like, "Fuck it, no." I photoshopped the headband on you. That picture is a picture of you from the How to Make a Switch video with a headband photoshopped on.
That was one of the first 5kg videos I ever watched.
How unfortunate!
I'm so sorry.
I thought it was funny.
I did too until I watched it, and I was like,
it's a cute little video.
Listen, guys,
That's how skits work. They're cringy.
never forget how much I hate everything that I do, even though it's great. But I like get so critical that I'm just like, oh god, welcome to the speedrun of my anxiety.
Welcome to the anxiety attack of your life, brother.
Oh yeah.
But things like that, it can be iffy. I like to go back and watch it sometimes and laugh and cry sometimes. I had a thought going for that, but I kind of lost it. So, but I'm gonna go back around. The reason I'm talking about a lot of this YouTube stuff, bringing up YouTube stuff, bringing up how I use stuff, is because Manny, and this will segue into something else in a little bit. Manny, when he went to a convention recently, he went to a YouTube panel and he learned some nice YouTube stuff. Some of it was stuff we already know, but some of it was actually useful advice. And well, what would you like to talk about, Manny? You have the floor.
Yeah. So it is in fact your actual floor. Whistle. So at the panel, there was a very successful YouTuber there, and basically the entire panel was just Q&A, because he started a little bit like what he did and kind of how he got his start on his channel, and then it was just Q&A afterwards. So I tried asking all of the questions that I think pertains to us and our channel.
How do we get good?
How we get good, quite literally. So a couple points. The biggest point that I think will be for us is I already mentioned to Fabi off mic was we need to be family friendly.
True. And this is where you can WhatsApp.
So yeah, so we don't need to like. Fabi found a good medium. We don't have to be like G family friendly. We could be like PG-13 family friendly. But like when we start getting to like cusses, we gotta start censoring ourselves, and that could be just comedically. Like he gave me the great idea that I've always kind of seen other people do. That when it comes to censors, to just put in just funny noises, and good go-tos are from SpongeBob, from Ed, Edd and Eddy. SpongeBob, whenever he does the dolphin, that dolphin noise from the swear words, and he actually specifically said the dolphin one because in the episode there is a part where Mr. Krabs says all 13 bad words, so it's just of good length of just repeated dolphin noises. So you can just, if you can find that noise clip, you can effectively put that over any swear word that we accidentally say.
I want to use
safely
Final Fantasy 15 every time. What's his face? Who's
God damn it! Now we have to dolphin noise that out. Jam, Connor.
Like I said, PG-13.
Every time.
I don't think we're going to be able to get out of our vocabulary.
What's the glasses guy? Ignis.
I don't know. Which Final Fantasy
gross,
again?
No, the Final Fantasy 15, the guy who makes all, I've come up with a new recipe.
We play good games.
I did not play Boy Band Edition, I'm sorry.
That character, he has a saying where every time he thinks of a new food, he goes, I've come up with a new recipe. We need to just get recipe.
Oh, that's right.
And use that as a curse.
Listen, guys, all you guys need is the soundbite where I go, boo, and you're solid.
So just anything like that. Just basically anything we have to do to somewhat watch that. Will be very helpful.
Indeed.
When we actually start YouTube streaming on YouTube Gaming, it automatically bumps us to the top of recommendations.
Weird.
So, like, if someone's sub to us, and if they only sometimes see our videos in the recommended tab, the moment we start streaming, it'll shoot up priority.
Nice.
Because it goes, hey, one of the channels you're subbing to is currently streaming.
So we need to stream more often.
Fun thing about the algorithm is I was always against kind of us uploading so much every day, because I think what is it, two a day
is what we're shooting
is the goal.
for.
Unfortunately, that is correct.
Yep.
We really do need to be uploading at least once a day. But the problem is, whatever we're uploading has to be of the same quality. And here's what I mean by that. say Connor uploads a video, and it's one of his Let's Plays, solo Let's Plays. And let's say it's really good. Like, you're at your A game, it's a great episode, you're feeling good, you did a lot of editing to it, it's good, it's really great. And let's say Fabi uploads one of our filler ones. Mm-hmm. Kind of just one of the ones where it's like, well, I'm waiting on Manny to finish this episode of Resident Evil, or I'm waiting on Connor to finish this episode of whatever, so I just gotta put something out for the day. And let's just say it is not normally the same amount of editing quality that he puts in, say, any of our other videos. If both of these videos come out, and let's say Fabi's comes out first, and it gets maybe 1 or 2 views, but they're not viewed from beginning to end, the algorithm sees that and goes, well, this person didn't like this video. Obviously, anything else that's uploaded today isn't going to be that good. So then, Connor, your video is going to get fucking canned because we didn't meet that same amount of quality. Because YouTube will notice how long someone watches our videos, and if they don't watch them to a good degree, then the algorithm assumes that individual did not enjoy that video, and will not bump any of our other videos for X amount of time until they find one that they like.
I hate the algorithm.
The algorithm's a piece of shit. So how do we combat this? Because
it's a piece of weepoo.
We do some weepoos. Because we're still technically starting out in terms of like numbers. Mm-hmm. There's not much we can do. All we can do is
keep trying.
Keep trying. Make sure we knock it out of the park every video.
We need to be consistent with uploading types. Yeah. So like if we do 2 videos and let's say they're in the same niche, so to speak, we do that for that day. Or we make sure, like, if we have a big episode coming out this day, let's make sure we don't pair it with a filler episode or something that we just kind of a one-off that wasn't too popular. We don't want to bring the other video down because of what we upload with the other video.
It very much makes me think of because you guys know I watch Philip DeFranco every day. I love Philip DeFranco. And it's kind of a joke saying, but it's also one of the things he puts on his shirts, and I think it's something I think about whenever I start getting down about, the YouTube thing. Stay humble. Hustle hard. Just keep the hustle. Keep the hustle.
Respectable.
The saying that the YouTubers gave me was, you gotta be thirsty for subs without being thirsty for subs.
Don't. It's like those really shitty dating advice. Don't act desperate, but definitely try. Yeah.
Oh gosh. My worst nightmare.
Unfortunately, I asked for his personal opinion on Let's Plays, which is primarily what we do. He didn't say that they're dead, but they're definitely
they're saturated
on the low end. So I asked, okay, so then what should be the primary focus for a gaming YouTube channel? And he said, well, what kind of gaming channel are you? I was like, we primarily do Let's Plays. So, okay. So, again, reiterating, they're kind of on the down low. For us, the best thing would be, honestly, streaming. Yep. Streaming puts us at the top for our subs. Streaming acquires the best responses from people. But he said, you also got to be careful where you stream. Because there's more trolls on YouTube Gaming than there are on Twitch. But Twitch fans come and go.
Yep.
And apparently the most loyal fan base is on Mixer.
Of course.
But it's hard to get them. But once we got them, we got them.
Well, we got them, boys.
Another thing I've been thinking about, and another thing I've been thinking about doing is to help diversify our content a little bit. I think I've told Fabi about it. I've been thinking about doing some gaming related video essays for us and some retrospectives.
That'll be good because again, with the way Fabi branded us is we are entertainment.
Yep.
So we are trying to hit each niche that we can. And big picture here, but once we kind of figure out which of those niches really starts taking us out, we got to stick with that.
Yep.
You guys want to know what's on the grill right now?
Sure.
D&D.
True. D&D's popular.
I don't know.
Critical Role, man. Critical Role, Matt Mercer. Let me ride them nuts, baby. Let me ride them weeboos.
We actually do have to get a little clickbaity with the thumbnails. And I'm not saying stop and get 120% clickbaity. Because what Fabi was saying earlier about his Resident Evil ones, I really like them. He puts a really good effort in them. And that's good. We need to make sure we do thumbnails like that. Because he said quite literally, make sure you make a thumbnail. I don't care what it is. Make sure there is a thumbnail for your video, which I don't think any of us have problems doing.
The only time I don't think we do is during vlogs.
Yeah, because it's kind of just like, what do we do?
Oh, I just try to, because here's the main thing about a thumbnail, and this has always been a rule of thumb, is goofy ass faces. People are just drawn to that. That's just a person thing. They're like, oh, a face like that. If you're doing something funny and like actually engaging on the thumbnail, that's why my thumbnails on Resident Evil, I try my best to catch one where it's either a face of them doing something weird and shit, or like a zombie on the screen without being too spoilery.
Yeah.
That's what really sucks, because you really want the clicks, fucking good or bad, the spoilers all the time, every time. It sucks.
Oh, I don't know. You got kind of clickbaity with the...
Oh, if I clickbait, it's a joke. That's me.
I'm trying to make a joke, but it's the float trip. The second day, it was just Ben. I was like, you had to get the sexiest lad we had.
The sex appeal? Yeah, sorry, guys.
I always try to, whenever I make a video, I always try to edit I try to take a picture from the game or a screenshot or a logo, and I try to edit myself into it over the character's head.
That's perfectly fine.
And I've been getting really good with those fucking Photoshop.
Yeah, you are.
And that's a classic one.
So
that's one
basically, just bottom line is, we just got to keep making sure we don't cut corners on thumbnails, because one of the popular mentalities is, and I do it too, and I know a lot of people do it, is if you're going to look for a video, and if it doesn't have an eye-catching thumbnail, you don't want to watch that video. Like, it's just what it is now.
Yep.
Even the title can get a little clickbaity. All caps, if it's something like really hype, it's never a problem. I know we don't really do all caps. I
do it on actual hype stuff or crazy shit.
Yeah, so we need to make sure that if we have anything really hype, let's do the all caps. It's eye catching.
FYI, this podcast is gonna be all caps now.
Oh, you'll tell it's all caps by the time we get to talking about Devil May Cry.
What?
Whenever we start streaming again, if we can, we should use Restream ISO. And we should try to stream to YouTube Gaming, Twitch, and Mixer.
Yeah.
I thought Twitch wasn't okay with people multi-streaming.
So, about that. Twitch is not okay with it if you are a Twitch-affiliated partner.
We just don't become one of those.
Well, I mean, if we become one of those, then we made it. Just saying. If we get that far, we got it. But,
we got it, boys.
Well, there's something that I've seen a lot of YouTubers doing now, is where they stream on Twitch, have the VODs there, but they also upload the VODs onto YouTube.
Yeah.
Which...
That is a thing.
Oftentimes they're affiliated with Twitch, though.
So that's the thing. That is perfectly okay. Their like fine text is that you cannot stream on any platform except Twitch. So we start by streaming on all platforms, see where we get the most amount of response and followers from. And then whoever decides to give us monetization or what have you, then we start kind of putting more eggs into that basket, so to speak.
Yes. Yeah.
But, again, assuming we ever get to that big on Twitch... I don't know. I don't know too much about Mixer. I just know that it's a pretty good platform, and I can easily stream for that from my Xbox
Keep
One.
me more active. And also, Alec knows that kind of... Oh, it's the same subscriber. That or it's a comment. No, it's the same subscriber. Gives me the same one every once in a while. Alec and I help with that stuff. He ran Mixer a couple times, and he actually has codes and stuff to do funky stuff and fun things. Yeah. Mixer is more interactive outside of, games that let the audience interact with people. Like the actual chat itself, like you can donate stuff to make press a button and it causes, and it makes a sound effect happen, or you can have stuff on the screen or do things like that. So it is a fun thing.
So if anything, going forward, if possible, we could try to figure out a schedule so that if 2 a day is too much in retrospect, we could maybe cut it so it's 1 upload a day and then a stream. Or,
that's what I try to do.
Or double dip on stream if the time allows it. Also, another thing, we should not stream late at night. Because you got to think of the time zone you're in and what time zones there are elsewhere.
Yep.
So we don't have people across... We don't have, people in England that watch the time.
No.
We're not like fucking... We do have a lot of Netherlands subscribers because of something Micah did a long time ago. Oh. We had an influx of a couple hundred subscribers, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh, these are all fake accounts.
Good. Thanks, Mike.
That explains a lot of things.
Yeah. But, So it does bump me because there is a streamer that I watch who lives on the West Coast, but he doesn't start streaming until really late at night. So I usually don't get to catch his stream until 11 o'clock my time, our time, whatever. And then he streams for like 5 hours. So I can never watch the stream from beginning to end because, you know, at that point it's like 2, 3 in the morning. And it's like, I should really sleep. So
Time for the Sleepy Town Junction.
Time for Sleepy Town Junction. So, but unfortunately though, streaming, if it's going to come down to streaming late at night and not streaming at all, we should still stream late at night. But if possible, we should, like what Fabi, you mentioned, I think before, we need to hit that sweet spot. Like a really good time to stream, he told me, was 5 o'clock, wherever the hell time zone you're in. Yeah. 5 o'clock is one of the best ones. If you can't hit 5, anywhere from 4 to 6 to at least start streaming.
Yep.
And then go for at least 2 hours.
Yep. That stuff I actually been doing.
Yeah, so that is,
mainly because of him.
Like I said, there's lots.
Like, screw you guys, I'm going to bed.
So there's a lot of information that we already know, but it kind of just drive it home basically. It's kind of what I really needed to hear from this panel and
really
from a lot of stuff.
There's things that I've accepted that we need, clickbait. I've slowly over time, and you've seen me do it. The titles, the clickbait, the reaction videos.
Reaction videos are good too.
I know.
I actually asked him about those.
We don't like
as long as we don't really do them.
Yes.
In all seriousness, I don't think there's really a problem with a hype video.
Yeah.
If it's something that we genuinely, personally are very excited for, and if we were able to avoid that information.
Yes.
So, like
the Smash stuff.
Yeah, like when Resident Evil 2 Remake finally got its first trailer, I lost my goddamn mind. I wholeheartedly lost my goddamn mind. In the moment I saw the PlayStation 1 and the rat, and I'm like, oh, this is it! This is fucking it! Oh, man!
Oh, yeah.
I lost my fucking shit. Doom Eternal. At the very end of the trailer, when Doom Guy got that fucking sword, I was like, oh my god! Holy shit!
Yup.
I lost my damn mind.
When he watched JoJo Part 3, he was like, oh my god! Holy shit!
Exactly.
Son of a bitch!
So, if it's possible, if there's a game coming out and any one of us are hyped, I don't see a problem doing a quick reaction video, and then taking the trailer or whatever was announced, and then maybe kind of doing some little bit of thought process on it. I think that'll be a pretty good addition to the channel.
I think so.
That's what we try to do with some of the reaction stuff. And you've brought that up before when you were talk about something about an Overwatch hero with him. At the time, you were talking about that. And you were like, oh, we could do a video like this. And I was like, all right. And I am not and I've told this to Connor before, I don't like to control, and I don't like to, stop anybody's creative flow. If I feel like, not well, let's not do that right now because it might be, I'll put it out there. But, I let them, and, we just do, we do our own creative process. Manny's going to be his own creative way of stream, his own brand of humor, his own brand of fun. And, that brings variety. He does a lot of solo videos, and that brings variety. I bring everybody together to do fun videos, showdowns, things like that. And, it creates that variety.
And I think I think that's a good idea.
So, there will always be, per se, not exactly in this way, but in per se, a difference in quality. Not in a bad way, but in just a variety of quality. It'll still be good and it'll still probably be fun, but that was when we were oh shit, I was like, Dark Souls 3? Oh shit, we were gonna do Dark Souls, and I was just I don't want to stack Dark Souls because this is still variety, even if it's not. It's a variety of games and genres and things. Solo games, party games, fighting games.
Yeah, so that's going to come back to one of the original points I was mentioning, that we gotta really look at what we upload every day to make sure that the uploads do not contradict, or one upload could bring the other one down per se. I don't want to mean it like that, but as we mentioned before, if let's say game just came out, all right, let's put it up video as soon as we can on this new release.
Yep.
And then we upload another video that day, and it's some game that's been out for months that maybe 2 people have heard of. I don't know, just for that premise. Another thing that you guys, if you're interested in trying, I asked for advice on the Let's Plays, because I don't want us to stop doing them. It's the core of the channel. Yes, they're on the downswing, but it's what we have the most fun with. I don't want to stop doing them.
Yes.
I asked him if we continue to do Let's Plays, there are many different ways to handle them. I asked him what was his kind of preferred or some of the more popular Let's Plays types that are out there that he thinks could be pretty successful. And he's like, if you want some pretty good ones, the ones that have additional editing to them. And by that, I mean, like, we've done them with a couple videos. But let's say, like, there's a punchline, right?
Yeah.
Let's drive the punchline home with a funny cut or a funny insert image, funny sound effect. Something along the lines. Basically, the one thing we should avoid is just simply, like, record gameplay, find video, find audio. Gameplay, audio, make sure it's lined up, done.
Oh, yeah.
We should try to avoid that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, obviously, I'm not going to tell you two how to do your job because I don't edit videos.
Well, and the
But just transferring information that I asked about. Any kind of videos that just have a little bit of, like, pizzazz to it will be much more entertaining than just dry watching someone play with maybe, like, a spook or a good joke. But then you could really, if we have a spook or a good joke, we can really drive it home by adding some of your own personal editing flair to it. Which I understand adds more time to the edit, but in the long run, it's going to bring up that overall quality of the video that I mentioned before.
see, and that's. Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, if I could put forth something, because again, I'm not an editor. I don't have a dog in this fight, but a lot of things that do stand out to me is there is a particularly large channel that I enjoy watching that a lot of their jokes, do exactly what Manny's saying, and that, granted, they have staff that helps them with their editing, and I know that we're not in that, you guys aren't in that position right now, so,
Yeah.
but that extra work definitely does add another layer to it, because what I've run into these past couple of years is, even though most of the time I'm painting while I'm watching Let's Plays, or I'm doing something else while I'm listening to Let's Plays, having something like that to break the monotony is definitely necessary.
Because it piques your interest. That's actually one of the examples he gave me, was a lot of people watch Let's Plays, and they really just kind of listen to it. They have it in the background. They have it going. But the moment, like, a punchline comes through, or someone screams, or something to just break the monotony of the gameplay, will come, oh, crap, what did I just miss?
Exactly.
Goes back, plays it again, which YouTube also watches for.
Yep.
For parts of the video that they rewatch and rewind to watch again. So, I'm not saying it counts as a double watch, but it does, like, add some, like, little golden sprinkles to the magic that is the fucking algorithm.
Now, my thing with this is, I do it. I do it a lot. Like, I've been doing this since the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't do it all the time. And that's a me thing. I just personally, like, sometimes, if I can do it, well, it's not that. It's, I like humor. Like, I love humor. I laugh all the time. I make stupid jokes all the time, good or bad. I laugh, and I try to make everybody laugh and be funny, and I try to do that. So when I look at humor, when I look at things, and it was something I said to Connor once, and he even said this himself, and he was like, I should probably stop this. It was the comedy thing, when you were like, you did it like a lot in the video, and you were like, babe, I should do it right now. That's maybe just driving it a little too much. And, well, I'm saying, I think that's what you said. I think you said in one of these videos.
I think, yeah.
I wasn't trying to be like, I have not seen it. I don't know what you're talking about. But like, at least a couple times in a series, I'll do it. Onimusha, great initial D jokes. Some of my favorite shit. Every time we do the funny things, really dance things.
Those are really, really good.
I had a few moments in the recording session we did tonight where it's just a lot of funny things I can do. Personally, I can't do it every video. People who get bigger, who do get a staff, they can't do it every video. And I can't remember much of anything because I haven't watched a lot of... because I don't have time to watch sometimes, though. Not just to keep it on the background, like you were just saying. But a lot of them, they even came out and said, like, that's actually rough work to do a good joke, to drive a really good joke home. And anytime I get a solid joke, one that actually I can add a punchline that will really make it funnier, that'll increase it, I do that. I think one of the last ones I did, and this one is semi-bad just because it works off of prior knowledge, and this is more for people who, because I like to throw in for people who actually watch this channel, something you might have gotten to laugh at because it was from Resident Evil 0. It was Manny fighting Birkin. I don't know if you watched this video yet, but it was Manny fighting Birkin, and it was the last form, not the last form, but the last of Claire, his fourth form.
Okay.
It was his fourth form, and when you first play, you're like, how the fuck do I kill him? You shoot all your shots into him, you have like 10 minutes to beat him, or at the time we had like 7 minutes to beat him. You gotta just, lay everything into him.
Yeah.
And he died the first time. He's like, alright, I'll do it again. He gets him down to the very last second, and like, this is already 12 hours into the recording. We've been recording all day, so he's just done. He wants to go, he's done. So it's like, he's just shooting away at him. He gets him into the last thing, he's crawling, he's about to die. Time goes out, and he dies.
The time went out during his death animation, and I just had this quiet, pissed. I was,
So what I did was, I did a little throwback, because Manny starts sighing, like heavy sighing, and he does this over and over again. He goes, and then he just, and like he does this, so like on the third side, because I like doing in threes, because comedy works in threes, on the third side, I put in a joke from the Resident Evil 0 intro, and one that you died to, where on the before the third one goes, so you were like, and then it cuts to Resident Evil 0, us looking at the map menu, and me going, welcome back to, and it cuts to Manny and the last one going, I was just like, I fucking love that shit. So I put that in. Well, that was me who did that joke in the 0 because we were dying.
I really do sigh a lot.
But before that, I had another funny one, another throwback, just because we've been playing Resident Evil, and I was like, there's these jokes we can throw back to because they're funny. It was Plant 42. I actually paused during when I said that. I went, I was like, so Plant 40, and like there was like a 3 seconds of pause. I put in that minute, a 3 second of pause. I put in that moment, that intro with Plant 42 and Resident Evil 1. I put in that intro where I was like, oh, Jesus! And like the plant was tossing me against the wall. I cut that in there. And I did it black and white to tell this is what happened in the past. This is why we're going like this.
That's funny.
And I put jokes like that. They're not as comedic for people who don't watch, but I like to inspire people to be like, what was that from? What was that going? If they search, then it's good. It's something that makes them go, maybe that is funny. Not the 0 one, because I hate anything about that, and I always tell people, fucking don't watch it. Just ignore it. It sucks at the house half. It's hilarious, because we get to watch it. That's the kind of people who are like, these guys are fucking sucking.
So yeah, basically just what I was just trying to say is that I know everyone already does them in their videos. Just have it in the back of your mind, like, if you're editing the video, and you're like, I feel like I could do something else to it, then do it. By all means, do it, because it's just a little bit of extra, whatever you want to put in the video will make it go even further. That's all I'm trying to say on that.
Talking about the YouTube process today.
Mm-hmm. It's a process in itself. This podcast is a process. I want to add one more thing, and then because we talked about the convention, I'm going to hand the topic over to him, but I wanted to say one more thing regarding the quality. I absolutely try every time, and it kills me to do this. This is why I had, like, partial reason I stop uploading sometimes, is just because I do that, where I scour a video, I will watch it over and over again, I'll do a joke, watch it over and over again. I didn't realize this until I heard it from somebody, where they're just like, where comedians, people watch shows, they write it, they do the joke, they say the joke, then they animate the joke, then they watch the joke 40 times. All of a sudden, that thing you were laughing at, you died at before, you fucking hate it. You think it's the worst goddamn thing. And this isn't a critical thing. Yeah. This is just, it's been heard. You've seen the joke so many times that you're not laughing anymore, and you think, was this funny? And, like, I have to stop myself and keep it in just because I watch it so many times. And the best example is that fucking Mega Man X3 video where I photoshopped every palette to be a fucking fidget spinner, and it took me a week. It took me a week to edit the whole damn thing.
I remember that.
To be a fidget spinner. I laughed my ass off the first time I watched it. I laughed my ass off. I told this idea to people, they laughed their asses off. I fucking wanted to kill myself after that. It is so frame by frame animating. That was bullshit.
Yeah.
But that's like, I try to be quality as much as possible, and I beat myself up when it's like, oh shit, I've had so much work this week, I haven't had time to schedule this, I gotta do this fast. Like, I have to watch it to the wire to upload it and to be like, is this good enough? Is this good thing? All right, I still put a joke in here. I emphasize the funniness. The thumbnail, all right, the thumbnail has the funniness. I try to keep a joke somewhere in it. The joke's either in the thumbnail, in the title, or in the video itself. There's something funny going on. I always try to emphasize that to make people be like, haha, I get it, like funny. Like if I can't find anything in the video, boom, joke in the thumbnail that relates to the video. You know, like when I make those stupid ass jokes where I'm just like a big bug problem and I was going to bigger bug problem. Yeah. And then the final boss is supposed to be the biggest bug problem, but Zero sucks. So I was like, I'm done with this game. And I just had the game burning. Oh my god, dude.
Good times.
Also, I love that intro to Resident Evil 0. Because Manny does that line, he does the critical thing, he's like, welcome to the speedrun. I was like, what's up everybody, I'm the conductor, welcome to the speedrun of this train. And then I put the train exploding at the end. But let's move on from YouTube.
What's up?
Because we got some more. We're going to, so you went to a convention last week?
Did. Manny.
Listen, Manny went to a YouTube panel, right? That might as well be out of this
same convention.
At the same time.
Manny was at a convention last weekend.
Also in 1998.
Local convention, and I was at that same convention. It's a local anime convention called NakaCon. It is a lot of fun, and I actually am staff. I work for the convention. This is the part where I say that NakaCon does not represent us, and we do not represent NakaCon, and our opinions and beliefs stated here are purely our own and do not in any way, shape, or form reflect those of NakaCon. That's called covering your butt legally.
Exactly. Disclaimer.
We are not affiliated with NakaCon. We just enjoy it and work for it. So I do. So I am on staff at NakaCon. I've been staff for the last few years.
Talking about it being a lot of fun.
I work with a lot of really fun and really fantastic people, and I'm hoping some of them will listen to this. And NakaCon is a really awesome local convention. I don't know what more I could really say. It's got good panels. There's always good guests. We throw great parties.
Yo, dude, it's a total kicker, my man. Yeah,
wrong kind of parties. Wrong kind of parties.
They used to throw rave. Now they're just called dance parties.
We had to change the name.
Yeah,
we had to change the name from rave to dance party.
Yeah.
It's Johnson County, man.
Masquerade to a ball, from a ball to some other dance.
Johnson County.
You're not wrong, but you're not wrong, but
I went to school there.
Hot opinions.
Hot take. Ooh, that's hot tea.
Minute.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, how was your experience there? How'd you have
my
fun?
My experience, I love that weekend is always grueling because the convention is from Friday to Sunday. We are there from Thursday to Monday, and some people are there from Wednesday to Tuesday. It's a lot of work, especially in the department I work in.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. And one of the things, this was my third year being staff. And one of the things that they always tell you when you first start working is once you've worked a convention, you'll never want to just be a guest anymore. You'll never want to just be a normal con goer. You'll always want to be behind the scenes.
I mean, I was basically bored out of my mind sometimes during the weekend.
By the way, my boss wants to talk to you.
Did I do something bad?
No.
What?
No, dude.
It's offer you a position.
Oh my god, dude. I don't like... Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick, because, dude, I do not like how that was instigated at first. First, he, behind the scenes, went, my boss wants to talk to you. Very seductively, and then he was like, about a position, and all I can think about is, oh god!
You want to work for a convention? You want to work for a local anime convention?
You want to be famous, don't you? While you were saying that, I was thinking about it.
You want to be famous, don't you? You want to work for YouTube?
You should.
You want to be good?
You want to work for the local mafia?
Do I have to?
The sharp cuts to Manny just sitting on a couch.
I want you guys all to know, one of the very first times I ever had
outside of this, we can talk
Manny
about that.
behind the microphone. Sorry to go off real quick.
Welcome back to Manny behind the mic.
God damn it.
The jokes that he said during a fateful night when it was raining, storming, and we lost power. And the shit he came out of his mouth was hilarious. We played Dread Out. Oh my god. I've been wanting to sit down and play that with him since then. And just the jokes.
Yeah, we lost that. Everything. We lost
it's because that was the first time I used OBS, really, and OBS
I'm
was
just
like
double
fucking the
we
frame.
lost all that information.
Yeah. We have the audio. I can still use the audio if we ever lost episodes.
Oh man,
dude, here's a clip right now. I'm putting it in the podcast. Oh man, I just did more work.
What the fuck did you just talk about, man?
I mean, that is... I don't know where the hell that is.
I know where it's at. It's on my hard drive. Again, my
All right, then
bag.
go ahead and do it. No,
I know where it's at. I know what I know where every... Dude, I still have our half of our recording for Resident Evil 6. The original. Back on the old channel. Yeah.
Down the thing. I lost my shit.
But
anyway,
yeah.
So yeah, NakaCon is a lot of fun. If you live in the Kansas City area, you should really go to it. It's mid-March every
If
year.
you don't, just fucking fly down here.
Come on down. Come on down. It's a
Come
good time.
see us.
Just do
Subscribe
it.
in person.
It's a good time.
We'll have our own pen.
Hopefully.
One day.
Hopefully.
A decade from now.
But yeah, no, working the
we've taken
sad
over
thing
the
was I had
right?
I lost a couple of the posters I bought this year. They got misplaced.
Like, when in the chaos?
In the chaos. A couple Bloodborne posters that I bought.
Damn, I'm sorry.
A couple Bloodborne posters that I bought, but it's okay. We found the artist.
Yeah, no, I've really cut back on my, like, swag collecting at cons.
It can be hard.
After I moved,
Yeah, you had a lot of shit.
I have a lot of shit.
You had a lot of shit,
I had
man.
a lot. I still have a lot of shit.
You had
lot
a
of
closet
shit.
full of shit. I've been in that
I have
closet.
a lot of shit.
But no, so
So,
NakaCon, NakaCon is awesome. You should really try to go. It's a lot of fun, and all my con coworkers and friends out there, I love each and every one of you. And again, NakaCon does not represent us. We are just fans and people that work for it. So, but moving on from that,
I was going to give you a quick take.
What's up?
Quick take about Naka.
quick
all right?
take.
Just make sure to look it up. Look it up. Make sure you want to go there because Connor has a lot of fun. He's behind the scenes. He gets to hang out with people. He gets to do a lot of fun things there. And it is very true what he just said about once you work at the con, you don't want to be a guest. Because that's where a lot of his fun comes from. Is hanging with the people, going to the parties, being behind the scenes, doing that stuff.
There is a sense of it's fun being backstage.
And I'll tell you this, and this is nothing against you or anything. Over the years, it's a convention I kind of stopped going to because it kind of stopped being relevant, or it kind of lost its fun. Mainly because if there's nothing you want to go to, if there's nothing you really want to do, the appeal kind of loses. You know, going there for a day, fun. You know, going there for a weekend loses its appeal. But if you have friends, you have a big group, and if it's something similar to what he's doing, like where he's just hanging out with people he knows, doing the work, having fun time doing it, it's a blast.
I think that can be said of any convention.
It's true.
I have something really I can add to that. So I remember the very first time I went to Naka, I went for just the Saturday. Mm-hmm. To this day, honestly, that was one of the best con experiences I had. It was the first time going. I remember I got to participate in a Soul Calibur 5 at the time, Soul Calibur 5 tournament. I placed top 4. I was very happy. Had a lot of fun there. I went and saw 2 panels because I was only there for just the one day. And I saw one panel before and one panel afterwards. And game room blew my mind. Dealer room was crazy. But then it was my first time going to a con. So your first time going to con is always really special. The only other time I honestly super had fun in terms of like the content that was there for me to do was when, I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, I'm pretty sure, Kyle Hebert, the voice actor for Ryu and a couple of characters in League of Legends, Ezreal. He was one of the guests at the con.
Yep.
And I went to a lot of his panels that weekend, and I absolutely had a great time. But that's because there was a voice actor there that I personally really wanted to enjoy going to see.
Kyle Hebert, by the way, met him before. Super nice guy.
He's the best. I want to meet him. Like, actually meet him, because I've only seen his panels.
Mr. Hebert, if by chance you hear this we have met you way back in the day when we were still the
Manny wants to touch you.
Oh, god damn it.
Not like that. Why does it have to be that?
Jeffrey Jellyfish, let me touch you.
Hey.
That's the joke he's
Anyway,
making.
but
basically, it's to what Fabi's saying about a con is it really depends on what do you personally go to an anime convention for. Do you go for panels? Do you go for the merch room? Do you go to socialize? Do you go to meet your favorite voice actors?
To go to see the cosplay.
To go to see the cosplay. Cosplays are always great. I actually almost always go to the cosplay show you guys have. I didn't go this year because it was around this. It was at the exact same time slot as the Soul Calibur 6 tournament. Where I got my ass handed to me because I was rusty as fuck and I lost it against an Azeroth matchup because I've only played against 2 Azeroths.
We have an amazing cosplay setup. We have an amazing cosplay community around here.
But it can lose its appeal in the sense that it might not have what you want to do. But by all means, there's almost always something to do. Like I mentioned earlier that this last con we went to, I was pretty bored off my butt because outside of the YouTube panel I went to maybe, I think 2 or 3 other panels, and I spent the rest of my time in the game room or trying to bug Connor, see if he ever had any free time.
Unfortunately, not a lot.
Yeah. But just, I went for socialization, basically, with the circle of friends that I know that also go to the con, to stay in the game room, occasionally the panels. So, but that's why, like, as mentioned earlier, I'm somewhat considering being a part of the staff.
It's okay, boys. Me and Ethan will go to the OG Ren Fair. What up, my boy?
Ren
I mean, I didn't get to go to the Ren Fest last year or the year before.
I've only gotten to go in.
Y'all throw up that Richter picture of that Ren Fair we went to. What up?
Get me with my blue robes.
But by all means, go to your local anime convention.
Don't worry,
Come
brother.
to Naka.
Come to Naka.
It's always a great time.
It's always a great time when you're with us. That's right. Come find us and we'll be like, cool, here you go. Here's a free, why?
Did you not just hear the beginning part of what Manny was talking about, dude? We're falling apart. Oh, God. Anyways, back to reality.
My problem is...
Devil May Cry 5. Wait, what? What are you saying?
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
I tried.
I have a real... I've been offered a couple times to have a group to go with to go to Naka. My problem is I'm too much... Like, I know I said I don't do video game stuff much anymore, but, like, video games are more my... kick. I mean, I've only recently gotten back into anime, like, thanks to JoJo and some of these other ones, like Goblin Slayer. You know, long story short, so I do enjoy cosplaying. I'm not, I can't be on a serious level as I'd love to be, but
it's dedication.
Yeah, it's way dedication and
look at that closet buster.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I mean, I have a few that I commit time towards. But I just have trouble figuring out, like, what kind of stuff would fit in at a NakaCon, and, like, there's some stuff that I'd like to do, but then I'm like, doesn't have any real relevance, to be honest with you.
You know, you'd be surprised because there are a lot of people who take the opportunity. Things that I saw at Naka that I got pictures of. A Commander Shepard. An assassin from Assassin's Creed. A couple of League... So there was a couple, and I'm hoping that they're listening. There was a couple who was cosplaying as the couple from League, Rakan and Zaya.
Yeah.
And they were...
New champs.
They were awesome! It was
radical!
So yeah, but there's a lot of, like, video games are still really popular, especially if it's a Japanese video game. Like, NakaCon...
Like, I could understand seeing,
like,
a bunch of Castlevania people. Like,
yeah, well, because here's the thing. NakaCon is not just an anime convention. It very much prides itself on also being a Japanese culture convention. So that can include any part Japanese film, Japanese animation, Japanese video games. Like, it could totally represent all of that.
Animes.
And there are people who still show up as, like, completely Western characters or other, because it's what they wanted to do.
This one dude
when Overwatch came out, do you know how many fucking Reapers there are every year?
I know that guy.
Yeah.
How many Overwatch characters there are? Like, and the thing is, those people get just as much praise for their cosplay.
No, it's just I'm trying to find how best I would enjoy it, and I just need to take the plunge one year and just be like, screw a Saturday that will probably net me like anywhere from $300 to $1,000, and go blow at least that much on a con. So.
Hey man, it was some of the most reasonable weekend, even day pass prices you can get. I mean, do it, man.
I am a compulsive spender, and I have a problem with this.
Watch out for the vendors room. There's a lot of good artists who make a lot of amazing stuff.
Yeah. I've had to cut back.
If it weren't for the 2 that I lost, I would have come home with like 6 posters this year, and like 6 posters and 3 T-shirts. One of which was a gift from the girlfriend, and it was a fucking JoJo shirt. It's a picture of Joseph doing this, and it says, "Your next line is your shirt is awesome."
Ha! Shit.
Oh gosh, I need that.
I like that. That's
No,
good.
all right, stop it. You're getting on the meme train.
I am the meme.
But hey,
that was great.
Moving on from the wonderfulness that is NakaCon, let me talk about fucking Devil May Cry 5.
10 words or less. See, whatever your fucking name is, Connor. 10 words or less.
He just wants his devil trigger pulled.
It is everything it should have been. It is perfect.
Sweet. Anyways, guys,
And that's all we're going to talk about.
Motherfucker!
Kidding. Without spoiling anything.
Without spoiling and without
give me
going
good
too
stuff.
fucking in-depth and fanboy. Okay. I have been a fan of Devil May Cry since fucking middle school. I have fallen in love with it. Every game, even 2, I beat 2, even though 2 is poo-poo and we don't talk about it.
You just talked about it. You broke
I know.
the sacred code.
DMC
He's not a fan.
DMC wasn't an awful game, but it sure as fuck wasn't a Devil May Cry game, but it was still not a bad game.
I was gonna say I really loved the gameplay of DMC.
The gameplay was great.
I agree.
The story was fucking
Dante
weird.
was a turd.
Yeah.
The only time I like that character is when he's Deontay.
Ole.
But Devil May Cry has always been like they're in my top 5s. You know, Castlevania, Bloodborne, Mass Effect, and Devil May Cry is right there.
What if they did a mashup?
I'm going. Oh, I would have an erection.
Devil May Cry in space.
I'm going to get this arm will be the Bloodborne. This arm will be the Rebellion with Let's Rock Baby, right there.
Or you just make it look exactly like Nero. Let's chop it off.
Make it look like Nero's Devil Bringer. That'd be awesome. But so going into Devil May Cry 5. Going into Devil May Cry 5, I couldn't get it the day it came out because I had spent my money on Kingdom Hearts 3. Not a purchase I regret, but I definitely, like me and Flavie said at the very beginning of the podcast, it was kind of a letdown. It's not bad, but it's not as great as it could have been.
Exactly.
It's not as great as it could have been. But Devil May Cry 5 is exactly what I needed it to be.
It certainly
is
in all the right ways.
Perfect. It is the epitome of taking every good thing about a series and refining it to its sheer level of perfection. The only critique I could really give it is that the level design is a little uninspired. It's a lot of weird, creepy, organic demon hallways. And it gets a little...
That about him,
it gets a little... It never... There are some areas when you're in, the destroyed city that the game takes place in, that the environments can get kind of unique. There's some fun environmental puzzles where you're knocking down buildings to get across and stuff, and it gets a little more inspired, but a lot of it is, when you've been in creepy, weird, old medieval island castle and creepy demonic tower that is the gateway of hell.
Why are you always climbing a tower in those games?
I know, right?
I looked over, I'm like, why the fuck? It's a goddamn tower.
Right.
And this one,
you're
you're climbing a giant demonic tree. So,
exactly, dude. They're always a fucking...
The Clive
The Clive Hall.
But just the way V says that.
It is
Farquaad.
exactly what I needed it to be, and I have not beat the game, but I am on the precipice of beating it. I've hit the big story moment.
Oh, God.
And literally, there was a point. They make it really... See, Manny, you said it was kind of obvious. And I guess I missed a few things. But at first, I didn't know where they were going with the story. But when it finally hit that point, I threw my fucking controller down and went, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
So I don't want to come off like, "Oh, come on, Connor. It was obvious." That's not what I mean by that.
Come on, Connor. It was obvious.
Come on, Connor. It was obvious.
It was
kind of like a... This is really got to be it. There's no way this can't.
But the
be
thing
it.
is,
it happens.
The thing is,
it happens, but now it's a confirmed, and you're just like, wow.
Well, and they confirmed. Won't spoil. They confirmed something that everyone kind of already knew,
especially if they watched the trailer.
From 4.
There was also a trailer. There was
also an art book where they confirmed, by the way, this thing is for real.
Yeah. So
someone is someone's baby daddy.
Yeah. All right, now you just gave it away.
They confirmed it in an art book.
I confirmed it in the story.
But either way, the story was kind of... It could be pretty predictable.
But it's still exactly what a Devil May Cry story should be.
No, it is still really good.
Dante doing sweet ass coffee grinds.
All three characters are so well refined. I really ended up liking V, the third playable character, the new character to the series. I ended up really liking V and his playstyle.
He's very relatable.
And as a character, I really liked him as a character. Dante, they took Dante's 4-style system and his combat and have refined it to the point where each of his individual styles, Trickster, Gunslinger, Royal Guard, and Swordmaster, they could be their own fucking movesets in an entire separate game.
Yeah.
But they've combined them. And the weapons... When you see the trailer and you go, oh, I get a demonic motorcycle as a weapon. That's pretty fucking ridiculous. And then you're using it and you're like, oh my god, I'm using a giant demonic fucking motorcycle. This is fucking stupid.
I love that thing.
It's so great.
The Cavalier.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, and yes, in Swordmaster, one of your moves is you just hop on the motorcycle and you fucking run things down with
run
it.
shit over. It's fucking
Sorry guys,
great.
the gauntlets are still my favorite, purely because you can dragon punch things.
There's a weapon that you guys probably don't have quite yet. That's my favorite, and it's actually a weapon that came back from DMC3.
Yes!
Honestly, it's my favorite weapon. It was my favorite weapon in DMC3, and it's my favorite weapon now. It is not the guitar.
Oh, if they had brought back
All right.
if they had brought back the electric guitar, it's electric. Boogie, boogie, boogie. It would have been amazing.
I actually bring this up.
But no,
God.
Devil May Cry 5 is amazing. It is gorgeous. Play this fucking game.
Better yet, watch us play it. Hey,
Hey, that's
I have had
shameless plug.
I have had the opening song, which is also Nero's battle theme, Devil Trigger, stuck in my head.
Yeah, dude, you need to beat it and talk to Jeremy because you're literally recording word for word what Jeremy's been telling me during the recording.
It is
4 days.
beautiful. Play it. Love it. I'm going to fucking hot take Game of the Year 2019. Fuck off if you disagree.
That's rude.
I disagree.
And if you disagree, it's okay, because we're people and we're allowed to have different opinions, but you're wrong.
Secret Devil May Cry 6 is actually the game of the year.
Man.
I don't even know what the fuck
All right,
to
I
do
gotta
with
walk
myself.
around. I got a fucking leg cramp.
It's okay. Didn't Connor leave the last time, too? Oh, no, it was you that left.
It's because I had to poop real
Wasn't
bad.
everybody
I'm
leaving
pretty
on
sure.
every podcast?
I'm not leaving, I'm just standing
I
up.
thought you were walking over there outside.
So
you
you're
walk out.
still in here? Okay.
Oh, God, now we gotta talk about more Devil May Cry. No, Devil May Cry, for what I played, because we have played it, we're about halfway through. It'll be uploaded after Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Fun. Super fun.
Yes.
Dante, probably the funnest shit in the game, just because of all the styles, the variety, and just because you can fucking coffee grind, kick the shit out of people. It's amazing. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Dante
knows Capoeira.
I was just
Yeah,
like,
he does.
oh my God. He was like, no, you gotta do this. No, switch to the, no, you gotta do this. General, all right, what's gonna happen? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I'm just loving Dante. Playing as Nero, hilarious. Just half the shit that he can do with his arms.
I really love Nero's attitude change tremendously.
He's not this like,
I'm listening.
the love of my life. What is this power?
Oh my God,
And now he's
no.
like, fuck you. I'm a badass. I've
Dude, he's
accepted
cocky.
what I am. Get fucked.
He's just as cocky as usual, and it stays that way.
He fucking learned from Dante. Dante rubbed off on him.
Okay, please. With the wording, my man. With the wording and stuff, please.
Dante taught him everything he knew.
Oh, yes.
Including
And he
how to
uses
be a
it.
badass.
Yes, and how he uses it on Q.
Oh, girl.
They make
that
enough of
arm,
those jokes.
that arm, though.
Sweet
the
Surrender.
DLC arm, the Sweet Surrender.
I will say,
the description's hilarious.
I really appreciate the fact that they took the love interest story from 4, and it is canon, and he is a faithful and loyal partner.
Exactly.
I really fucking like that.
He's the man.
It wasn't, the love interest story wasn't some one-off, like, get the maiden. She's still his fucking girl.
Just in voice only.
They really like played up QDA and what the fuck, her brother, whatever they
Credo.
They were his
West.
his family in 4. And they wasn't just like a trope, like, they were my family. Like, he actually, as a character, really cares about both of them. And
then he kills one of them.
It's... Maybe...
Is it Devil May Cry 4? Because I'm streaming it right now.
I mean, it's a boss.
There is a part in Devil May Cry 5 where Nero reflects on how he deeply regrets not being able to save Credo in 4.
Yep.
And he uses that as a driving force to push him forward in the game.
Which is cool.
I thought it was the whole I'm not dead way thing, because that's what Jeremy kept
That's the
telling
joke.
me.
That's the meme. That's the meme.
Because Jeremy kept
just
going,
the-
no, he's going to bring it up. He's going to bring it up the whole game. And I
He
was
does.
like, all right,
It's a meme,
Jeremy.
and he really does bring it up. It's like, that motherfucker called me dead
And then
weight.
I got to that fight, and he was like, dead weight. I'm like, okay, he says it. Because immediately before I said that, I prefaced that with, Jesus fucking Christ, Jeremy.
It's gonna keep happening.
He hasn't said this once in the game, and then he immediately goes, dead weight. I'm like, what the fuck? He said it. He said the word when he crossed up the game.
It is going to literally all the way up until the end. The dead weight thing, he's not going to
He's
let
like,
that go.
fuck you, Dante. I'm better than you. And I'm like,
Yeah. That's not going to get
no.
let go.
no.
And it's also one hell of a meme
Yes.
on the internet.
Yes, that shit's good. Devil May Cry 5.
Devil May Cry 5.
Delicious.
Give it the big old 2 thumbs up.
There's a picture. There's a picture of Dante just standing there with Rebellion ready, and the caption just says, "You're talking an awfully large amount of shit for someone that's in stinger range." It's my favorite one. God, the internet is great
Which in
sometimes.
Devil Trigger form is a long fucking range. That thing goes for
You know what I
days.
miss? I miss the briefcase.
The
magical
briefcase
briefcase.
from 4 was fucking awesome.
Like, I miss that shit. All I
Get some
know
really
is
fun weapons for Dante.
I'm
that are
waiting
new.
for that fucking dance. I'm waiting for him to fucking cheese on some people because that's like all I'm hearing. Jeremy's like, it's fucking awesome, and I'm like, I want to see it. I need to see
Faust?
the dance.
You know about Faust?
Dr.
then?
Faust.
The dude from Guilty Gear.
No,
Oh.
the dance.
I don't know. I've only seen a thumbnail. I don't know how it goes. I just seen like that, and I was just like,
It's pretty.
he
good.
does it again. He styles. Plus, what is it? During one of his combos, he throws a rose, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude!" I was like, "I need to kill someone like a la Dudley. I need to do this."
Yeah.
That
Game
shit was
is
great.
fucking great.
Devil May Cry
Game is
5, though.
amazing. I'd like to stream The Palace when that comes out.
Yes, and I am probably going to stream some of the harder difficulties.
Stream what the
Dante
fuck?
Must
Dante Must
Die?
Die because Jeremy couldn't, or his excuse was, "Yeah, all your weapons and shit spoil the game, so we got to go from the beginning." And I was like, "All right."
I know it is. It will.
Yes.
What happens at the end of when you beat Devil May Cry 5? What happens at the end will carry through to your next playthrough as you play as certain characters.
Which is traditional with Devil May Cry.
Interesting. That is very interesting.
So yeah, I will wait to stream that stuff until after you guys have uploaded all your playthroughs, because it is le spoiler.
True that. You can do that, and he can stream the Palace when that comes out, and I can move on to other things.
Yeah.
Like Valkyria Chronicles, or Diablo, if, Alec would ever play that game.
So if we're ready to move off of it, my segue for about the streaming will be that real quickly that if you remember the first time we did our podcast, you were like revival of the 5K GP, and then we didn't do
It's
one
back.
for a long time. So in order to refrain from us saying that a second time, the reason, at least on my end, why we didn't do it again is shortly after we did that podcast, I got very sick. And because of that, I couldn't talk. I couldn't really speak for very long. I would have really bad coughing fits. I was a mess for about 2 months. And then after that, I had to move, which we spoke about real quickly earlier in the podcast. I had to move. And that took another large amount of my time. So, but for what it's worth, I'm good now. Hopefully. Spring literally just turned up around the corner, and I currently have both of my noses stuffed up right now, so if I sound nasillier than normal,
It's okay.
I can't breathe right now. That's why I said more than normal. I can't breathe right
Man, I
now.
need you to do something. I need you to say something for me.
What?
My blue eyes! My blue eyes!
I'm a little sick, so I'm a little sniffly
It's
too.
alright.
So,
I won't
but
have you
yeah,
say it.
if hopefully I can actually stream now,
TM.
especially with the TM, with the everything I learned from the panel, and I'm going to throw in some 5 cents here. Now that I have some video editing software, I'd like to get back into it, but in order to keep up us doing different things for videos, I would like to record and edit mobile gaming.
Ooh.
Fine.
Exactly.
No, I don't
Exactly.
like I said, I don't control whatever you want to appeal. If you want to do clickbait stuff, if you want to do this stuff.
Not because it's clickbait.
No, that's not what I mean. I was just saying in general, the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do whatever you want, as long as you're just like, this is what I want to do, like you are now.
Yeah.
And we run it by, like, doing the team thing. And we're all like, all right, and we just help each other out.
Because, in all seriousness, I actually do a lot of mobile gaming.
This is why he doesn't get allowed to touch things.
This is why I don't allowed to touch things. And I do watch a couple of YouTubers on some of the games that I'm playing. And so, when it comes at least to mobile platform gaming, it is usually one of, I want to say 3 things. It is video on how to do X thing in X game. Mm-hmm. It is, hey, watch me spend literally hundreds of dollars on the microtransactions in this game and watch me gamble it all away. Or the third one, which is the one I'd like to do,
The third option.
where it's kind of just a mishmash of what's going on in the game and editing it to make it at least somewhat entertaining. And occasionally kind of throwing in the 2 cents of knowledge. Because here's the thing. The game I've been playing a lot right now is called Epic 7. It is a turn-based hero collector gacha. Gotcha. And I am by no means an expert at this game. because again, I've been watching other people who are, and they are doing things in the game that I can't do yet.
He's merely a journeyman.
I'm merely a journeyman, but it's still a game I really enjoy that I like to play, either when I'm at home or during my breaks at lunch at work, and I feel like I could at least attempt. Maybe I'll try like 1 or 2, obviously, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'd like to at least do a video on it, and I also want to use it as an excuse to get back into editing, because
It's fun.
I don't think I still want to do primarily streams, but if I could at least do 1 video a week for you guys, I feel like that could help.
You can do Wednesday. You could be our one-off guy.
Yeah.
Or at least not
Well,
one-off.
if you do Wednesday, so buddy of mine already ran this by me. We make the joke that whenever like if I'm playing like my game on, because I have it emulated on my PC, and I have dual screens. So like if I'm playing like Final Fantasy, fucking hell, 14 on one monitor, then I've usually got my mobile game on the other one, because it's just one of the things where you can just kind of run in the background. I call it playing my waifu simulator.
Yeah, down on the
And,
farm with the waifus.
Gotta put my waifus on the farm. Gotta farm up my resources, so we could do Waifu Wednesday.
Yeah.
Waifu Wars Wednesday.
Yeah, boy.
That is a thing I've tried to do.
So jokingly,
Theme days.
yeah. So
Fantasy.
but,
That's why I have the one-off Wednesday.
but yeah, no. In all seriousness, I do want to try, now that I finally have some editing software, try to figure that out again, because I haven't done that shit since high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Premiere Pro. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
I went back into that thing and I was like, this is disgusting.
And but at the very least, guaranteed. If I'm going to tier things Manny's going to do for the channel, stream, then that.
Final Fantasy VIII. Gotcha.
Final Fantasy VIII.
What? No, that's a joke. With back in the day, whenever, because my brother, I told this before, got to the end of the game, could beat the final boss, all of a sudden was just like, dude, the story really sucks. Never beat Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh yeah.
And the joke is that we were like, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy Tactics, and I'm doing a hand sign like a bar graph. Final Fantasy VIII, and it was like way below like everything.
Because he didn't like it.
But that's why you're our stream guy. You're gonna be great. I'm gonna go to every stream and be like, fucking nerd, who does this shit? And then I'm gonna stream right after and be like, I'm that nerd that does this shit too.
I am that nerd.
No, when he's not streaming, I play. I only did that one time because I was just like, oh, this will be a funny joke. He did it one way, I'll do it another way, and then it just fucking tanks hard.
We find ways to joke each other. The content that we all do.
I will say, because this is running a bit long, but I kind of want to go a little longer because we haven't done it in a while. One thing I wanted to say real quick is, just to reiterate what I said back in January, is we're all trying very hard to do this, but things happen. Things get in the way. I had to reorganize this. He got sick because he brought that up.
Sick. I hated it.
Connor has to do a lot of work sometimes, especially this Naka weekend. He had to do all that stuff
2 weeks
going on. So it kind of just puts us in a spot. And as I mentioned throughout this, there are times when I just have so much to edit and so much things to do that I just shut down and I'm like, I just want to play Final Fantasy IX for a couple weeks. No, okay, I only played it for like a couple days, and then I sat here and I was like, Blaster Master kind of sounded pretty good. Like, it kind of gets tired of it, and you're just like, you don't want to go from work to work to work to work and just not doing it. And while editing's fun, it can be very taxing. Like, a lot of this can be very, even recording can be very taxing, especially if you're playing Resident Evil. With the bad ones. But, so, if we miss some stuff, I only ask that you bear with us a little bit, because I know it's the kind of thing that can turn people off, especially since all the things we talked about.
We don't want to sound like we're making empty promises here, but we still have to at least show the effort that we want to do other things for the channel. We
can't always live up to the exact rules that YouTube people have to follow, and we can't always, even though we're technically a gaming-esque channel, we can't always play the game correctly, the game of life. Sometimes we got shit to do.
Game's hard.
So we apologize again profusely. If we missed anything, Ethan, I apologize to you for missing any streams or any uploads, because I know you enjoy it. You're one of our biggest fans, and sometimes I think you're one of our only fans. Not on Connor. Connor knows a lot of us, but I really only know you, and like everybody else I ask, I'm like, hey, have you watched the video? You have a channel?
Yeah.
Dude, you're subscribed.
Actually, I literally had that conversation with some... I literally had that conversation with some friends of mine. I was at Naka, and I ran into some old friends of mine, and they knew I'm on a channel with you guys. I have told them. And they literally gave me you're on a channel? And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me.
I almost did a spit take joke. I was going to be like, you have a channel? Fuck, dude, man, why did you tell me?
So, yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from there. I literally had to deal with that over that weekend.
But that was just one point that I wanted to get past. It was real quick. It's just be like, keep with us, boys and girls. We all love you, and we thank you very much for watching. Everybody from all the different groups, Manny, Fabi, me. I don't know why I said myself third person. Connor, even Ethan, even other people. We love them. They come by every once in a while. Justice has showed up in streams, usually late because he gets off work. Yeah. I try to stream as long as possible because I start with 6 and things like that. So, hey, Mortal Kombat 11, boys. Mortal Kombat 11. How fucking good does it look, dude?
It looks amazing.
So, I want it in my butthole.
Fuck.
I can't stop, alright?
I mean, that's respectable.
I can't stop.
I mean, depending on what it comes out
Jesus
on,
Christ.
you can probably fit it if it's...
It's coming out on the Switch, baby.
Alright, you can slip that into your...
Real? 11 on the Switch? Nice. Didn't know that. So that's another thing. I like Mortal Kombat. I'm not by any means a huge MK fan. But I have a lot of friends who are. That's all that. I will say, though, that I'm ready to main Noob Saibot.
Dude, so are you and everybody else.
And I've never given a crap about Noob before.
Yeah, you did. He's Sub-Zero.
I know he's Sub-Zero.
It was fated for you to choose him. He's Sub-Zero's brother, the original Sub-Zero.
The original Sub-Zero.
Yup.
In any MK I actually did play, I played Sub-Zero.
Do you like Mortal Kombat?
Kind of, sort of. It's never been my cup of tea, but Wally loves it.
Yeah, I was like, I think it's more of a Wally thing.
Yeah, Wally loves Mortal Kombat.
We were talking about...
you know what? Yeah, because he was really into Injustice 2.
He said that at one point on one of the older Mortal Kombats, he was like one of the top several hundred players in the world.
I mean, honestly, when he finds a game he likes, he commits to it, so I believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that.
I'm just...
Quick shout out, and since this has been announced, so it is official, quick shout out to my boy Sean. Sean Chiplock, he's a voice actor, and he is voicing Noob Saibot.
Oh, right.
He just announced that on Facebook.
Yeah.
So, congratulations, dude. That is fucking awesome. Glad to see you getting some big fucking shit, man. Catch them big fish.
Dude, I can't wait to play Noob Saibot either and play better than Manny.
You probably will.
No, it'll never happen. I play Scorpion, dude. I'm a trash.
I don't really play too much more. Like, I know when, oh, good lord. Was it 10, I think? That had Devora?
Yes.
For whatever reason, I was really good at playing Devora.
It's true. You beat my ass.
It was really weird. She was my main in 10. The few times I actually did pick up and play 10. So I don't know. Is she coming back in 11?
Yes.
She is?
She looks like the Honey Nut Cheerios mascot.
That's right. They really changed her design.
And I was just like, ew.
I haven't seen her moves since then. So if she plays pretty similar to 10, I'd probably pick her up again. But I'm really excited to try Noob.
I'm excited to try a couple characters. Dude, Shang Tsung being the movie actor Shang Tsung.
So cool.
Hell yeah. I was just like, cool. My boy.
That's some great fan service right there.
That is amazing. Actually, because I actually like the first Mortal Kombat movie. I haven't seen the second one in a long time, but the first one's cheesy enough for me to be like, okay, this is mildly enjoyable. Plus, the guy who plays Liu Kang was just awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. Gonna play the shit out of it. Gonna do the story mode on here. It's gonna be great. Whoever wants to join for that. Could be recording. Might probably be a stream because we are trying to do more streaming stuff, especially for stuff that's
a little bit of column B. Definitely matches we can stream.
Yes, definitely.
Especially if I decide to pick it up on PC.
But the thing I
do want to get it now.
The most really from this is have to have the cyborgs because the cyborgs are awesome. So I hope they come back eventually.
So in the Noob Saibot trailer, Cyber Sub-Zero was in the background.
Yes.
And I was like, oh fuck, really?
Yeah, dude, did you fucking smokes inside of Noob Saibot?
Yeah.
His other half is smoke. I was like, what the fudge? He's like, that's awesome.
Yeah, the clone or the duplicate, that's smoke.
I was like, oh man, that means there's not going to be smoke in the game. Damn it.
Wait, there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, dude, I heard, I think you said that.
That's my favorite fucking intro from, I think that was 9.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the rumor leaks was that Frost would be in the game, and I'm okay with that as long as Frost plays differently than Sub-Zero. Because I think I remember was Cyber Sub-Zero in 9?
Yes.
That was the last time we saw him. this probably could be me for being a filthy casual, but I did not feel like there was too much variation between Cyber Sub-Zero and actual Sub-Zero.
There was just some different aerials and his missiles and stuff. And he dropped bombs.
But I didn't really feel like that should really constitute, like, a whole new character in terms of differences. Like, I feel like there should be more to add on to the playstyle. Like, I want Frost, if Frost is in the game, I want Frost to play differently than Sub-Zero.
She has to have a naked costume. Icy and naked.
I mean, no. Maybe. Get back to me on that.
His mouth says no, but his head says yes.
And not that head you're thinking about.
Ew, gross.
Yeah, remember when I said I'm family friendly?
Ew, gross. Mortal Kombat, though.
But yeah.
It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. I'm looking forward to the story because I'm really interested in how they change in the timeline. Plus the fact that they're fighting the god of time, so some straight up Zawarudo stuff's gonna happen. But moving from that, the last thing I wanted to bring up, so Bajura some stuff. This just because I've been seeing this, I just wanted your guys' thought on it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, you know what? If we did a podcast, this is something I've been brought up.
Yeah, man.
It's some issue going on in the gaming industry. I'm sure you guys all know what I'm about to say.
Anthem sucks.
What?
Anthem sucks.
Well, that was obvious the moment they dropped that trailer.
Anthem is a disappointment because I wanted it to be good. Anyway.
True.
Anywho.
The Epic thing. The thing with Epic Games.
Epic Store?
Epic Store.
Epic Store?
Just
So
their practice, like what they're doing, like
what happened? Because I actually had not yet dived into this fucking
It did kind of happen around the week of Naka.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think I'm a little out of the
So I don't know like the full things of it. I just know a lot of like people are angry about it, and I can kind of see where they're going from. Epic's Store has, because they have a launcher, but it's a bad launcher. Like people are generally considering it a bad launcher.
Yeah.
But that's the people. Journalists, magazines, they're like, talking it up. They're talking Epic Store up, and well, we all know why. Because they got the money. They got the money.
They got the money.
So they've been using that money, and they've been using that money to buy exclusive rights. Which exclusive rights are all around all the time, except... a console here, a console there. Okay, exclusive. That's a completely different market, right? Because it's a console. People want to buy it on the console. You're exclusiving rights on the same device. And, these are exclusive rights that just happened out of nowhere. It was Metro,
because it was on the Steam store for a year.
And people bought it on the Steam store. And they were all excited for it. And then Metro all of a sudden was like, oh, it's exclusive to Epic Store now.
The Epic Launcher.
For a year.
For a year. Yeah. But all those sales went over to there. Well, ish. Everybody has to play it on there.
Yeah, people tried to boycott the game, saying, we're not going to buy the game until you put it back on Steam, where I originally paid for it on.
But more people, they've bought them out. They've been using this money to buy them, and they've been very anti-consumer, it sounds like. Straight from their refunds to... just how they've been handling. It's been mostly about the developer. And how they've handled this, from what it looks like, I don't know the whole story, so I can't be critical or much other than, there is practice that seems kind of shady. But there's many angles to this, I'm sure. They are buying the games. They're buying and being like, all right, here's the money that you'd probably get for this game, is what it seems like it's going on. And they're like, okay. And the developers, they just sit back on that money. They don't have to care about the game because they basically just made what the game was going to make because they wanted exclusive rights. And Epic can do this because they got that money, because of that Fortnite. A lot of people are like, it's that Fortnite people. There's a conspiracy, I don't know if it's true or not, about the Chinese people playing Fortnite or Tencent or something. I don't know the exact...
Tencent?
Is that it?
If you're talking about one of the big Asian gaming companies, Tencent Gaming, they own shares of League of Legends.
I think they own League of Legends.
Now, did they actually own it now?
I think they actually own League of Legends.
When I first heard of it, they had a hand in it.
They own Riot Games.
I remembered when the acquisition happened was I think the same year they announced Chinese Gods, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, Chinese Gods are great.
Interesting.
Are you talking about for Smite?
For Smite.
Oh, they've had Chinese Gods for a while.
No, well, I meant...
was this back in the day?
This is back in the day. No,
Okay.
not Chinese. Sorry,
Wednesday, by
Japanese
Japanese
gods. It was
Yeah.
Japanese gods
yes.
because Chinese was in there.
Yeah.
Japanese gods.
Yeah,
it was
and
around the time they announced the Japanese gods that the Tencent acquired them. So I think it's a Japanese company.
Yeah, and Riot Games. Riot Games. I'm pretty sure Tencent owns them. But
Either way,
the
they are
point
huge.
Yes.
They're huge.
I wasn't sure who this is, but there's been like some things where like they're getting that Tencent money. I don't know why. I don't know what the situation
That's
is, so
good
I can't
money,
think.
though.
But they apparently than that. I don't know if it has something to do with Fortnite or anything. A lot of people are saying it's Fortnite. People are just like, let Apex or these other battle royales kill Fortnite, so Epic's just like out of the money train because they're making so much money from Fortnite.
They've
that,
got so much money.
Yeah, they're making so much money that they can just throw it at developers. They're just like, here, be exclusive. And more games are doing that. A game, and this is where I was like, okay, I can see more of like the angles where it's like, this is like, this sucks. Someone who complained was just like, they backed this on Kickstarter. Like, they backed this game way before any of this shit. They backed it. The game is being done. It was a great game. Like, they were expecting, like, it's gonna be on Steam and all this other stuff and good old games and stuff. And then all of a sudden, it's on the Epic Store only for a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that kind of sucks. And they're just like, I want my money back. They're like,
So here is why, from the developer standpoint, the exclusivity on the Epic Store isn't a bad thing.
yes.
The reason why a lot of people are going towards it is because Epic is very generous
Yes.
with the revenue that your game will make and how much of it actually goes back to the developer.
It's like 80-20 or something.
Yeah, it's like
It's
basically the whole game
Yes.
compared to if you tried to sell your game on like Steam or
Isn't
any
Steam
of the
like
other platforms.
60-40?
Something like that.
It's 25-7. It's
Wow.
30-70, I think, or 75-25.
It's significantly different. So like literally a indie developer looking at this and going, okay, I made my game in the Unreal Engine. So first of all, if you made your game in the Unreal Engine and you post it on the Epic Store, you get even more benefits. Like it's more revenue that goes to you because you are using their engine.
Yep.
And it's also easier for you to kind of bump yourself up in getting like greenlit for posting your game in the Epic Store.
Yep.
So first of all, there's that going for you. Secondly, there is a big controversy right now on the Steam Store side, which is actually causing a lot of people to move away from Steam. So what's been happening in Steam is, remember a couple years back, they introduced the Steam Greenlight
Yes.
Oh, baby.
and
Oh.
the problems that came from that.
Oh, no.
Well, Steam Greenlit is gone now. But the mentality is still there.
You pay like a base fee and your game's on Steam.
You pay a base fee and your game's there.
Yep.
Done. It is no longer reviewed for its
Nope.
subject matter. And during the week, again, like when you're in Naka,
Yeah.
2 games
I think I know which one.
were released on Steam, and in less than a week, they both had to be taken down because of the subject matter.
Yep.
And one of those games was not taken down until there was enough backlash about the game, until Valve was forced to take it down. The first game, the creator themselves took the game down because of the backlash. The developer of the other game didn't care. Was 100% on his, it's my free speech, it's my right, my game stays. But because of the subject matter and the negativity, Valve finally decided to act on it and then removed the game off Steam.
I know nothing of these. What were they?
But
I can explain it to you about
really,
it.
really bad
If anybody
games.
wants to know exactly, just look up the buzzwords for what we're saying from this, and you'll find the story
they're
pretty fast.
very, very, very bad games.
Yes.
I would like to not mention them
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
here.
I don't want
That's
to.
how bad they are.
That's
They're
how-
actually
that's how
bad.
they are.
Yeah.
But anyway,
A quick Google search will do you wonders.
yeah. So, but because of this, it looks very bad on Valve that
Yep.
they had to be forced to act on this that shouldn't have been a thing to begin with, which is the problem with Steam, where it's literally just flat fee, my game's there.
Yep.
And then I just try to make whatever quick buck I can make before the game's taken down, or I'm told to take it down, or what have you. And
Steam has no fucking quality control.
No, it has zero quality control.
And I hate to parrot it because I know I always fucking do, but Jim Sterling has been fucking saying it for years. Steam has no quality control, and they don't give a fuck.
That's actually the video I watched.
They've got all the money they could ever need. They don't fucking
They don't
care.
even make their own games anymore. They don't care because they're rolling around in Steam money.
Hashtag Half-Life 3 will never happen.
Yeah. So, but because of the problems there, it's not putting your games on Epic or on. I think you can also put it on Green Man Gaming or any other. For the sake of it, let's say third party software to game library, if you will. Anyone else's game library, like it's more beneficial for any developer to go to those other platforms than Steam right now. Because not only are they not making very much on Steam, there's also a lot of backlash right now on Steam.
Steam's in the hot seat right now.
Yeah. So, whereas on one end, you're thinking that like Epic Games is really selling out, so to speak, on their games, they're also making it really enticing for their developers. Like, they really are.
They are.
Now, whether or not it's good or not, I don't know. But that's what's going on from what I understand.
The thing is, this whole situation, because like you mentioned, is Steam has its own problems. Valve has the shit, and everyone knows that. But the Epic launcher, Epic Store in general, hasn't been doing itself any favors either with how they're presenting this idea.
Yeah. I was actually on
a lot of it seems. That's the main reason. People are just like, we don't want to use your launcher because it's garbage. Like, at least present us something good. Like, they're like, Steam still at least does that part better. It's easier to access, easier to get through.
Steam's been around for over a decade. They've had time to perfect
it. But Epic, but also, these are the same people that worked on a game for 7 years and turned it into a battle royale.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't like... They have the knowledge. They have the power. They created an engine that people use a lot. Even fucking Square came out and used it.
They're not amateurs.
They're not amateurs. They can make something like this, but here they are. They're doing this because it makes that money. Including this idea. That's why I was like, this is like, even this really good revenue idea, and it's really nice, and it's better, like, giving some Steam some competition in that area... But it's some shady competition where, like, they're competing in a weird way. They're buying out developers for this stuff. Like, paying them straight up. Not the whole revenue, but paying them straight up to do this. So they don't have to care.
They're enticing the hell out of them with these deals.
This means the And these
that's
games,
the problem.
at this point, this could makes complacency. They don't have to be good games anymore. Like, they just sell it, and Epic's bought it. They don't have. It doesn't have to sell on the market now.
It's so refreshing to see games.
Doesn't have to DLC, things like that.
It's so refreshing to see games like Devil May Cry 5 and Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice to just come out and just be like, "Here's the game.
Yep,
it's complete.
Yep,
we might get some sprinkles later, but here's a game. It works.
Yep,
$60 like that. It shouldn't be too hard to ask for." No. And it is.
It is.
It freaking is.
And that just comes from the culture of game development that we're in right now. There are so many companies making poor fucking decisions. Should I go on a rant about fucking Activision Blizzard again? Hashtag fire Bobby Kotick, you greedy piece of shit.
That's actually, I'm glad you said that, the making those poor decisions. One of the other things, there's a reason that, like, Epic's kind of like, with people at least, the community are kind of just like, oh, what are you doing? This is also... Just after doing that to, like, Metro, or doing these things, they also have been caught dipping their hand and looking at people's data for Steam. They got caught looking at people's friends' data on Steam and seeing what they're doing and what's going on. And it's like...
Epic did?
Yeah.
Epic did. Yes.
Ooh, they got caught looking looking at that data to see, like, what people are doing, what people are playing, things like that. They're actually, like, going in there.
That's some privacy issues they're being brought.
This is why it's like, the developers are doing good, but it's just like any developer business. If they're screwing over somebody and getting money, it's always good.
My big opinion on it is, it seems really sleazy. It seems really sketchy. And I don't trust Epic right now. It is not a matter of, and I will say, it's not a matter of brand loyalty. I hold no personal loyalty to Steam, other than I've been using them for a long time.
Yeah.
Mine comes from a sake of convenience.
Yes, that's me too.
I have so many games on Steam. I don't want to. I hate the fact that we have to use fucking the Uplay launcher just to play Siege.
So, like, for Green Man Gaming, I have no problem with them. They actually gave me a really good deal way back when there was a game I bought. And it just
Street Fighter 5.
Just like, what? No. just like many games on the computer, you know, you buy it and you just kind of like, it's there. Fuck, what is it? Shit, I'm blanking on it right now. It's,
Yeah.
I know what game you're talking about.
Blanking on it.
I just can't think of it either.
It's a martial arts game, and it came out, I remember I saw it in Absolver?
Yes.
Absolver.
Yes.
There it is. I bought Absolver when it first came out on Green Man Gaming because they had a special that a friend of mine recommended me. He's like, if you buy the game full price, also get this other game for the exact, it's the same value. Fury is what's called. Yeah. Which I hear is a great game. So I was like, cool, I buy one game, I get another one free. Catch was I had to buy it on Green Man Gaming. All right, that's fine, whatever. It's fine. I want this deal. I make this deal, I buy it, and I actually had the intention of buying Absolver to stream. And I guess now I should probably finally do that.
Hey, man, yeah.
Right? Especially since apparently they came out with a huge content update, but that's neither here nor there. I bought it with the intention of streaming it and playing it, but because I had to use a separate launcher, whenever I kind of get on my computer to look at my library of games, you know, that's kind of in another library.
Yep.
When I really just kind of default to Steam.
Yep.
So, I technically don't have a problem supporting other launchers, but I like the convenience of Steam. I'm not going to deny that. All of my games are just in one spot. I just go there, boom, there they are.
Well, and it's just the thing of having to make more and more accounts for more and more things.
That's always annoying, too.
Like, that's annoying. Like, again, like, yeah, fucking real first world problem going on here. I have to make more digital accounts for these gaming platforms for all the video games I purchase. Reginald, this is absurd. But it is really a fucking inconvenience.
Yeah.
Especially, like you said, when the launcher is garbage. And the company behind the launcher is kind of fucking sketchy.
I find most launchers kind of garbage. Steam is just like, that's like basically what all Valve's been doing for the last 10 years.
Yeah, no,
doing shit to Steam.
Yeah, they've perfected Steam other than...
While everybody else is just like, hey, let's throw up a launcher. They'll buy our games from here. No one wants to buy from yours because Steam is just more centralized. And just to wrap it up in a thing, like, it'd be nice if, you know, if they really wanted to, like, release it on their launcher, just do what Ubisoft does, where they fucking just, alright, here, put it on Steam, alright? If they force you to use the launcher, whatever, people can deal with that. Don't make them deal with exclusive shit. Even if you have a great deal, like, even if the revenue thing, like, oh, cool, the revenue thing, they literally bought the company's game to, like, do that. Like, I don't know if they bought, like, like people would buy physical copies, like retailers would, but... They basically just bought, okay, this is how many you bought it. Cool, here you go, you're on thing. You have money. You don't have to sell any. You just have money because we wanted you to have exclusive. You're cool, things like that. That is kind of shady. Revenue aside, it should be, at least be like, you know what, we want you on here. All right, cool. If people want to get on Epic, it's like they're making money off Epic because there's people that are going to support it. There's a fucking console war. There's going to be a launcher war, man.
Actually, there might be because honestly, another issue that's been surfacing is a lot of AAA developers are now making their own launchers. Uplay, Epic Games, Tom Clancy's The Division 2, you can only get on Uplay. It is not available on any other platform.
Yep.
So it's slowly just everyone's kind of just doing their own thing now.
Look at EA Origins.
Oh, that's right. That's the other one. Origins.
I have to get that anytime I want to play a Mass Effect game. Or if they ever make another one.
And well, I mean, isn't Mass Effect on Steam, or is it just kind of
one of them is
where it's like
the second one? I think. The second one is on there too.
Well, yeah, I think I think the second one game is, and the rest are all on.
Okay, because I know I've seen Mass Effect on Steam. But anyway, Apex Legends only on EA Origin.
Yep.
Because it's their game.
Ew.
So.
Yep.
I mean, I like it.
You like a lot of things.
The launcher's not bad.
I don't like Battle Royales,
It's a very simple...
it just takes up space on my computer. I don't like it. No. Steam takes up space on my computer. I wish I could delete it, but I can't.
The launchers themselves don't take up that much space.
Oh,
it's still annoying, though. Regardless, you know, what, you got Steam, you got GOG, Green Man Gaming, you got Epic, you got Origins, you got Uplay. Like, there's too many.
Yep.
It's unfortunate. Like you said, first world problems, there's just too many.
Yep.
That was fun. That was nice talking through here. That time is actually wrong, by the way, because of
I started at different weird times, so don't worry about that.
So we
There'll
got
be some
a
sliding.
nice behind the curtain on our YouTube ideas and how we're going to improve. Because Manny went to a panel. We talked about local convention. We talked about some games we've really liked, like Devil May Cry 5. Talked about, like you said, a little news story to tap us out because that's always fun.
Yeah.
It's a good personal
Ethan
one.
here,
We got Ethan
special
here hanging
guest.
out with us.
Sorry that we talked more super heavy into
He's
well,
fading though.
we talked more about game stuff where he's like, I don't fucking know what you guys are talking about. I play D&D at a table. Goddamn, son.
I'm like, you guys are so techy.
We don't want.
I can't
Hey,
stand
next time if you join us and we have one of these, we can just talk. We talk about do a D&D thing. Where we
Totally.
talk about
I'll
it
talk to
because
you.
you
I'll talk
like
your ear
that
off
shit.
about
He's
D&D.
played it.
I played a whole 2 campaigns in my life.
That's okay. Hey, that's enough.
D&D.
Means you're a journeyman D&D
So-
player.
So I am actually. It's because of this guy over here.
But
Points at Connor.
like all things that we do, it has to stop for a little while. So
Yeah.
until next time, it has been
Connor.
and
Manny.
Fabi. That's right. Fuck you, Ethan. No, say it again.
Ethan.
And Fabi again. So, thank you all very much for joining us. As the usual stuff, tell us what you think down below. If you have any ideas or you want to hear us discuss anything, we'd love to hear them. We'd love to talk about whatever you love to talk about. I guess that's selling, right? Am I doing it right? Manny, please, you're the god now.
I'm the god now.
You know things that I go.
Share our video with your friends.
I try to put that in the description now. Do it, please.
Share us. Also, for anything that we've talked about today, please let us know what you think down below. What do you think about Steam, about Epic? What do you think about our direction with the channel? What would you like to see more than anything else at the moment?
Do you think
we want to hear from
Do you want us to all go on a reaction video egg basket?
Do you think Devil May Cry 5 wasn't a good game? Spoiler, you're wrong, but we'll have the discussion.
Connor, let's be civilized now.
Okay.
They need to have the illusion that they're right.
yes.
Sorry, you're right.
You are very right. Devil May Cry 5 was only subpar. I only give it a 9 out of
I'm a
10.
fucking...
Damn it.
Thank you all very much for joining us today. And we hope to see you in another podcast.
all together now,
relatively
boys.
soon. What?
See you guys next time.